How's it going, rockers and metal fiends? It has been a hot minute since I've done a video, so I figured I've got some free time. Let's do it. Gonna start off with a release on Music on Vinyl. You cannot go wrong with these repressings. I have gotten tons and tons of them. Got well over 20 of them now. Colored vinyl, black vinyl. They sound sweet. I've not gotten a bum release from them. Colored, black, doesn't matter. The colored ones are great because they're limited pressing. You know exactly what you're getting for the number. They stamp them on the back, silver stamped, but they sound beautiful. There may not be a lot of extras in them. They're not gatefold. Inner sleeves are good. I can't remember if there's inserts or not for some of them, but they're fantastic. 80s metal, they're doing a great job of re-releasing some harder to find thrash bands. And then, of course, hard rock, hair metal, like Warrant. They've re-released the first 3 of them. I recently got Dog Eat Dog on black vinyl. I don't have anything to compare that to. I never got that release on CD, or if it was pressed originally on record back in the I guess it was the early 90s. I never got that one, but getting the new repress, it sounds fantastic. So can't go wrong with Music on Vinyl. And if you've not checked out that label, I recommend trying to grab some of those, give them a whirl. They're a cheaper alternative right now for a lot of bands than getting the original pressings. Next up, somebody that I'm going to be seeing for the first time live in September at a metal Christian festival. This will be year 2. Didn't get to go last year. Won't be able to go to the one in July, but there's a bunch of bands that I have never seen before that will be playing, and one of them is the lead singer from Blood Good, Les Carlson. And so knowing that he was going to be there playing and probably doing a lot of material from this particular album, his most recent, He's Coming. This was released on Girder Records. The record version that I'm holding in my hands was released 2023, but this particular solo release of his was originally released in I'll be showing that in a moment. Somewhere here I have the CD version of what I'm holding in my hands. I did have it a few moments ago. Not sure what I did with it. It's buried amongst my other CDs, but here it is. So this one came out in 2022, and got this one, I believe, from either Girder or Boone's Overstock. I buy from both of those companies. Have a hard time keeping up what I'm getting from whom, because they sell some of the same stuff. But you can see the collector's card has that silver foil to it. And so even though I have not cracked open the record, I have listened to the CD. I know what to expect. Sounds like Les. He's a fantastic singer, and I'm pretty certain he'll probably throw in a few Blood Good tunes when he performs in September at the festival. And also recently I picked up Blood Good's demo release, Metal Missionaries. This is a repress of this. I'm not sure if the original CD that came out from this demo had the bonus tracks, but there's actually 8 tracks on, 7 songs and then an interview for track 8. But this demo contains, demo version of Awake, Accept the Lamb, Anguish and Pain, and Battle of the Flesh. So early Blood Good, love those first 2 releases, Blood Good and Detonation, and that's pretty much what you can expect from this demo material. So Very cool stuff there. A band that I was not familiar with up until recently. I saw somebody post about their demo releases and that if you contacted one of the band members, they would actually ship out something to you without having to pay. The band just decides to give out their music. I do believe that some of their stuff winds up on some sites for sale. Shadow Kingdom, I believe in the past, has sold some of their material, but this is Tales of Medusa. I believe they're a Canadian band. I'm not 100% on that. I may be confusing because some of the other bands I'm going to be sharing, I think, were also Canadian. But this is Antiquity. It is just some demo or session work. I believe it's from 2022, limited edition. On the back, the sticker says 192 out of 375. Even though they are a modern band, they definitely have an 80s, late 80s traditional metal feel to them. Really good stuff. And if you have an opportunity of checking them out, I recommend doing so. I do believe that they have another record produced after this one. So it was either 2023 this year or late 2022. Oh, and let's see, there were some other goodies that came along with this. A little note from the band on some parchment paper. Really cool. And a band patch. So getting something for free doesn't happen too often. So if there's a way of supporting this band, I will certainly do so in the future. And my buddy Joe in Ohio, I get a bunch of awesome material from him online. And recently, let's see, a non-metal band. Well, nope. This one is metal. My bad. This is, technical thrash, Mekong Delta. I've got, I believe, their 4th album on record. This is their first one, so I know it'll be a little different. The band was just starting to, figure out what they were doing. But I know this will be good stuff. Probably influenced by Voivod. Arg Records, the original German pressing from 89. And I am not seeing a copyright date on it. Sometimes the labels don't have the date, so I believe it's either 89 or 90. Another German band, this one not metal, but prog, Eloy. And I've got a bunch of their earlier material, their true prog stuff from the 70s, both on CD and record. This is one that I had not heard before. This is an 84 release on Harvest Records, and the album is Metromania. I know this one will have much more of an 80s influence to it. It's from the 80s, so just like Yes and Genesis, there might be a little bit more of a pop sheen to it, or at least, synth. I would imagine that the basic synthesizer sound will be there, but I've also read some good reviews on this one too, and the cover is fantastic. Look forward to giving that a spin. Next up is a new wave of British heavy metal band that I've not heard. They didn't really release a lot during the 80s. I think they had a demo or two from at least one from the early 80s, and then they've gotten back together and done some stuff more recently. This is not their most recent album. This is Hammerhead, the Sin Eater. This one's, I believe, from 2015, and I'm not familiar with the music, and so this will be a new listen for me. Both this and their most recent one has been released on High Roller Records. Can't go wrong with High Roller. Another company that I've not gotten a bum pressing from. Never a scratch, never off center. just wonderfully produced records and also sleeves. And typically there's goodies included in with the record. So that one, there is an insert with lyrics, and the record from that one, at least one that I got, is just traditional black. And there's a bunch of other new wave of British heavy metal bands like Hammerhead that have regrouped, gotten new members. Typically the bands are predominantly new members, like Diamond Head and Demon, and I've appreciated their more recent music. So if Hammerhead is following in the lead of any of those other British bands that have regrouped and gotten back together, that should be a great purchase and a good listen. Another band that is new to me, even though last few years I've seen them posted online. I've seen folks posting at least their first LP, which was East of Sun. I'm talking about Gatekeeper. This is their most recent album, released on Cruz del Sur Records. This is the black vinyl version. It was released in a few other color variants. And recently I was informed by their singer that their first full-length album, East of Sun, is repressed and will be released June 27th of this month. That one will be on black and also a blue variant. So if you're like me and you didn't get a chance to get their first album, you will have another chance at that very shortly. And don't sleep on that. And so along with the record, also got the shirt from my buddy Joe. So wearing that proudly, supporting a good band. And then along with the full length, also got a split from Gatekeeper. This one is both Gatekeeper and Funeral Circle. Funeral Circle, also from Canada. They are a doom metal band. Don't have any of their material, but I've been aware of them for years. And so this, I believe, was released in 2015. And along with the record, got a patch from the band and the sticker. Definitely will continue supporting them. And last, I'm going to wrap up the video with a band that I've listened to probably about 15 years. And I believe they're still together. I know that they've released something in the last few years, but I still have some holes in my collection. So when I get a chance, I'm filling in and picking up what I can. I hope to see some more of their older stuff released on record. This is one that I've grabbed recently from Amazon, and this is Steel Prophet's Genesis, which is, I believe, one of their later, well, I'm going to say probably mid to early 90s demo material on half of this, and then the other half is cover songs. Maiden, Gangland, Accept, Fast as a Shark, Dreamer Deceiver, Judas Priest. So what's cool about this particular release, Metal Mind Productions did a bunch of re-releases on Digiback. And these are typically gold CDs, and they're limited, and they're stamped on the back. This one's 483 out of 2,000. So sometime soon, we'll crack that open, give that a spin. While I'm talking about Steel Prophet, I saw this box set show up maybe half a year ago online, and I knew I had to get it because this demo material is tough to get on the original cassette. And even though one of the releases in this box set had been pressed on record, within the last couple of years. I never got a copy of it. It was limited, and I knew when I saw this box that this was going to be my shot at getting their first 3 demo material. So this is Steel Prophet, The Reverent, the demo years 1986 through 1989. So we got the cover of the box. Nice insert, same picture as the cover. The back has the 3 demos that are included. This is released on Rock of Angels Records, which I don't think I have anything else that was released through that label as of yet. And there are lyrics, and there are photos from each era of the 3 demos. The first record is simply titled Steel Prophet. Picture from their first demo cassette. Lyrics and band photo there. Each one of the records are on black vinyl. I do not believe there was any colored pressings on this release. The second one, Visions of Force, which, doing some research online, I've seen a few different cassette releases for this. I have a feeling that the band released a demo and then went back and released another one maybe later in the year, some different songs on it, same image. I believe there was one that did not say Visions of Force, but actually had this picture on it on the cassette, but a list of different songs. If any of you are, maybe you know the band members, maybe you have some or all of those original demo cassettes. If you do, if you could straighten me out, I've been trying to get a handle on which demos are actually official from the band and how many demos they had, because this one, there seems to be some questions out there in the internet. But the tracks on this one are The Reverent, Eyes of the Night on side 1, and then Reign of Christ and Sungazer on side 2. Once again, that is Visions of Force. And the last of the 3, Inner Ascendance. And this was the one that had been re-released a few years ago on record, but it was limited. It was released out of Europe, never got my hands on it, so glad to have this one now, as well as the other 2. And then the cool thing about this set, we've got all 3 of the same demos on cassette as they were originally released. And I've got a good working cassette player, so we'll get some plays out of those too. So feel free to leave comments or likes, or especially if you have any information about Steel Prophet, if you know anything about their early material, please hit me up, let me know what you know. And thank you for watching the video, and until next time, be well.